This phone is huge. It's fast, has a crazy AMOLED display, and a massive battery to boot. This is the Redmi Turbo 5 Max, and this is probably going to be the Poco X8 Pro Max. So should you be excited about that here in Europe? Well, we're going to find out today exactly that, and we're going to break down this phone and effectively the Poco X8 Pro Max as well on three fronts. We're going to look at the design of the display, the CPU performance, and of course, its cameras. Right off the bat, let's get straight into it and let's talk about the brand new launched Dimensity 9500S that powers this Turbo 5 Max, because this, for your general day-to-day navigation, things like opening and closing applications, navigating the menus, using multiple windows, anything OS related, it is butter smooth. But then when we check the raw horsepower of this and the benchmark things like Antutu, it produces 2.8 million score, which when you look at the rankings is actually not that far behind something like a Samsung S25 Ultra, which of course is a flagship level phone. Then that all combined, the display, the smoothness of the OS, and of course the processor, impacts directly things like gaming performance. So if you game on Call of Duty Mobile, it runs incredibly well. You get top frames, like 120 stable frames per second, and graphics look really good. And you also benefit on here from top and bottom firing stereo speakers as well. So the output in terms of sound combined with the gaming performance is top tier.
Contact with enemy. Sniper. Tango down. Enemy down.
Oh!
Friendly hunter-killer drone. Target in sight. Target down. Tango down.
And even playing other games such as Mortal Kombat, the input lag is not present there at all. It's fast, it's smooth, it's efficient, and graphically, again, have to emphasize this, runs really well and looks really good. And again, you get stable frame rates across that as well. The other thing to note here is gaming on this phone for over an hour. So that's Call of Duty Mobile and Mortal Kombat. We only lost 2% battery, and that's all achieved because of the battery size, which is a ridiculous 9,000 milliamp hours, and it will recharge at 100 watts as well. So even under heavy load, such as what we run through with Antutu's benchmark, it only consumed 5% of its battery. Normally we're seeing double digits plus. Only 5% is an indication of how good the battery is on this phone. To further emphasize it, we thought that benchmark is good, but why don't we run it through 3D Mark's Lifestyle Extreme test to show you what things like throttling look like? And it is present on here, of course, as you'd expect. But again, with reference to battery, it only consumes around about 8%. So what you're getting here on a phone that costs around about 350 to 300 pounds roughly when converted is a flagship level battery slash gaming slash performance experience that should cost 2 to 3 times as much. Up front, of course, on this display, you get a 6.83 inch AMOLED with 120 Hz and 3500 nits of peak brightness. And you also benefit from razor thin bezels as well, which means watching content on here be it darker or brighter video, you're going to get a super immersive experience. Blacks look really black, and even at full peak brightness, the display, when it's showing high color images and video, it still looks really good and not washed out at all. And then the design point, it is 8.1 millimeters. I'm gonna say thick because I'm using a lot of thin phones recently, and it isn't light by any means. It's just over 220 grams roughly here in terms of its weight. So it does feel a bit chunky and bulky in the hand to hold, as you can see with my smallish hands. But other thing we want to mention, there is no SD card slot here, but you do benefit from dual SIM compatibility. So all that combined looks really good. But my favorite part of this phone is the simplicity of the rear and what houses those two lenses. Those two lenses are made up of a 50 megapixel main sensor at 26mm f1.5 with OIS, and output images here is really nice, well-balanced colors that produce a very real-to-life output in daylight. Images do look sharp, colors pop, and HDR is pretty good here too. You could genuinely daily this main lens for all your social media and memories, no problem at all. The video output is 4K 60 and again delivers really nice, well-balanced output with good colors and balance and no over processing of HDR here. The 8 megapixel ultra-wide is okay, actually. It's not as bad as what we've seen in other 8 megapixel sensors, and images here do have a slightly softer look and lack a bit of color, but they are far more usable than we've seen in other 8 megapixel camera arrays similar to this. The overall system, I would say, on the Redmi Turbo 5, even though that's not its focus, still is really good across those two lenses. And that brings us really nicely to our final thoughts on the Redmi Turbo 5 Max. It's essentially designed entirely around performance and battery, with a really bright and vibrant display, with the cameras not being its main focus. And there's a lot of this happening in a lot of phones that come in around this price point. You get a really strong main lens, an okay or poor ultra wide, but performance and battery life are everything. And that's exactly the case for the Turbo 5 Max. So if you're gonna buy something like a Poco X8 Pro Max when it launches, should you be excited? Yes, because if you use the main lens and it's the same as this, you're gonna get pretty good photo and video output. And then the main thing is performance and battery life for everything day to day, to even the high-end stuff like gaming, is gonna run really well. We want you to let us know in the comment section below your thoughts on this phone, and if it is the Poco X8 Pro Max, what do you think and are you excited? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you found this video useful, please drop us a like, add a comment and let us know your thoughts, and of course subscribe because it does support our channel. Thank you so much for watching. Till the next one, as always, be out.